Hello and welcome to May the Review Be With You with Nick and Joe. I'm Joe.
And I'm Nick.
So Fantastic Four, something that I really like about them is that typically in comics, they're not just like the superheroes like who are here to save the day. What's really fun about them is that first and foremost that they are always explorers. That's what they do, right? They go to new frontiers. So I'm glad that we got to see a movie where they're doing that, and the movie like really focuses on them being scientists first, right? So them going to travel to Galactus, pretty fun, pretty interesting. I love that their ship is the Excelsior, a Stanley reference. That's awesome. Chase sequence between the Surfer and the Excelsior. This to me was like one of the most exciting pieces of the entire movie. I loved this scene. I know that you're a big visuals guy. How did you feel about it?
That was really cool. Getting a super, what is it, like faster than speed of light travel scene, basically, right? Where they're also battling.
It's exactly what it was.
And Johnny is like firing a gun, but he realizes like the wormhole is like shifting how it shoots, so he has to like use the wormhole to wrap around the gun to be able to hit the Silver Surfer, which was like a really cool scene. Their view of like Gargantua, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is why I was asking you. Yeah.
And then, the shot of what the black hole looks like, really freaking cool.
Very interstellar.
Nice, very interstellar. In my head, I was watching this. I was like, man, you could, there's got to be an edit you can do here where all of a sudden Interstellar begins, They come across Coop,
Maybe they find TARS. They're like, oh, that's where
TARS,
he is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What is this guy doing here?
Herbie gets a little robot friend.
Yeah, and I thought that was a cool way to buy the team time, right? Because they were like, Silver Surfer's powerful enough she's not going to get sucked into the black hole, but she's going to be stuck for a month.
I thought that this was a great idea. It's like, we're just going to trap her using a neutron star. That was awesome. That feels like a very Reed Richards thing to do, and like the visual on it was sick.
Yeah, it's like we need to buy some time. We can't defeat her, so we're gonna trap her. Which like this is a very common theme throughout the film, right? Like Galactus is too powerful to beat. He's the oldest being in the universe. He existed before anyone else did in the universe. He was a human who now feeds on worlds to stay powerful. Like you can't beat him, so you have to trick him, right? Like when Silver Surfer was very similar. They really didn't know how to beat her. They had to trick her or change her heart, basically, which they did both those things throughout the film. So there's a very interesting common theme where it's just like the Fantastic Four might not be extremely powerful separately, but together with their smarts, they are able to like figure out ways to like win at the end of the day. Which I think is just kind of like the big lesson at the end.
As far as visuals go, we brought up Interstellar, which like that I agree with you. Like that very much felt like Gargantua. I do have to bring up one more that I loved that they referenced to this. And I think for me, this is the first time that I've ever seen a movie do a birthing in space. Let me know if there are others that came before this. But the reason why I want to like call this out, so like I really enjoyed that scene as well. I thought, as far as like suspense goes or like a challenge goes, like it was at least interesting, right? Like how do you do a birthing without gravity, right? But when the baby, when Franklin does come into the movie, that you cannot tell me that this wasn't meant to be or at least like the reference here that they were drawing inspiration from is not 2001: A Space Odyssey, with like the evolution of man into like the next step and like seeing like the baby like in space, like in the womb, right? Like that's absolutely like what they're referencing. And I don't think that reference is without foreshadow. Like it wasn't just there just to be as a fun callback to 2001: Space Odyssey, because like in that movie, like this is a reference to like the next evolution of man, the next mutation of man, right? Spoilers for what Franklin Richards is. And I think it was a great way of showing us how Franklin's going to continue to be the struggle of the main struggle of this family, right? As they continue forward within the MC multiverse. Not just obviously in this movie, but like forward, which, as you brought up, a bit of a foreshadow for like the post-credit scene at the end here.
Right.
So I love that depiction of Franklin. That was really cool. It was very creative. That was probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah, and really the movie's about him, you know?
It is.
Yeah,
Franklin is kind of the main character.
he's like essentially the main character, main reason for the plot and everything. And then of course the after credit scene too. It's like he is the reason for all of this and for all of the bad things that are happening or will happen because of his apparent power, that we'll of course see later, and did kind of see at the end of the movie, right? With Sue Storm coming back. So let us know what you guys think about the Fantastic Four First Steps in the comments. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can find us on Threads where we're talking about everything that is currently streaming and coming out in theaters. And until next time,
may the review be with you.
peace.